last time on Size Don't Matter.
And today, I have the infamous, the legendary, the one of the kind, if you don't know him, you got to get to know him. It is NYC Custom Game Boys. How's it going, man?
Hey, thank you for having me, Nick. I appreciate it. What I do is I rebuild the Game Boy Colors. I take them apart, I clean the motherboards, and sometimes I do have to fix the motherboards depending, because all the Game Boy Colors that I am buying are used. So I gotta take them apart, fix whatever needs to be fixed, and I replace the LCD screen, which the LCD screen is featuring a backlight, which allows, people to play when it's dark.
Yeah.
And also, it just enhances the quality of the Game Boy Color, enhances the graphics of the games, and it just makes everything better.
PS2, it was definitely the first system that I was able to play by myself without secretly, because I would be in my brother's room and then I would just sneak in and play, and then when he would come, I'll leave. But until one time the cord got stuck into my toe and I dropped and I broke it. Yeah. I'm admitting that story now today. If my brother's watching this, I broke your place.
Tell us, Nick, what happened?
I broke it. Yes, I did.
Now, I do get Game Boy Advance SP, where I just change the shell, change the games, and sell it as is, because a lot of people are happy with the screen. Or not happy with the screen, so I do, change the screen for them, which is brighter and it makes the graphics look better for certain games.
So which one would you say is the hardest?
To build?
Yeah, to rebuild.
I would say the Game Boy Advance SP.
That's
just because you have a folding system, so which means you have connections going in here, which you really gotta be careful and make sure you put it right, because if you put it wrong and you close this system up, you will destroy it. All the connections here, so you gotta make sure it's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I enjoy doing the Game Boy Colors more because I feel like a lot of people prefer this.
Yeah.
Just because I think it looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks better, and the games are older, so they haven't played them in longer.
Yeah, even the cartridge of the game is nostalgic. Just seeing it, I compare it to seeing the cartridge of Nintendo 64. It's just it was different. It was just way different.
Like, yeah, that's what Nintendo provides pretty much to this day, which is different compared to graphical.
Yeah, like they had that I feel like every system that they have, if it wasn't like a related to their prior system, each system has a different like game, because the Wii was like a little small disc, the GameCube was a little small disc, the Wii was a regular disc, the Switch is the little squares. So Nintendo has like a good changing of their gaming or their game look design.
Well, what Game Boy does, what Nintendo does is they provide different ways to play each, the games, each system. Yeah. What PlayStation does is just enhance the graphics. Same controller. How many years has it been with the same controller? Xbox, same, different sizes. But Nintendo's controllers are always different. The Wii U, the Wii, N64, Super Nintendo, every controller has been extremely different. They just provide different ways to play, their games. And they have pretty much the best lineups.
That's true. At the end, because if you really think about the PlayStation and the Xbox, if you go back, it's like, oh, PS5, PS4, PS3, PS2, PS1. It's pretty much the same, just a bigger or a better graphic system.
And that's all it is. But Nintendo provides, a different way to play the games. I'm a fan of all three systems.
Yeah.
I probably play at home. I play the PlayStation 4 more. Mm-hmm. but obviously I play Nintendo on the go more because it's the ultimate handheld.
Yeah.
The what gives competition as a handheld to Nintendo? Nothing.
Your phone.
Maybe, yeah, your phone. That's about it. Sega did have a handheld.
Oh, the wait, don't tell me. I remember. I don't know. I couldn't remember.
The what?
The
The-
Sega.
The Sega. I think I have one here.
The game something?
It's the Sega Game Gear.
Game Gear. Game Gear.
Now, do you remember how brawly this thing was?
I remember it had three buttons, right? It had like it had like a C.
No, it had a start and 2 buttons on the right. It was 3 buttons total, but that's including the start button.
Oh, okay.
It was this thing.
But they're remaking it, aren't they?
I don't think so. Are they? I don't know. Maybe.
I heard something about Game Gear coming back.
But this thing needed
That's a weapon.
a lifeline of batteries.
Oh, you're still opening it.
Look at that. One of these batteries go wrong. You gotta change all of them.
That's a
Look at
wrap.
how heavy this thing is.
That's a weapon.
To work out.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, so this thing was a beast, but it did not compete with Nintendo, so they just stopped making it and focus on gaming because as a even as a console hardware, Sega failed.
Yeah.
They
man.
just made games after that. They had the Sega Saturn, which a lot of people enjoyed, but I think it was ahead of its time, and it just didn't sell well.
The Dreamcast was dope.
Just the Dreamcast as well. I believe you were able to connect to the internet on that one,
Yep.
and nobody really used it. Like I said, they were pretty advanced Sega,
Yeah, there was
but they just fell. They did not sell enough, and they just stuck with gaming, creating games, other systems.
poor Sega. All right, so at this point, what I would like to do is show the people where we can find you. And give me a second. And here we are. Oh, nope, just kidding. There we go. Technology doesn't like me. So we have NYC Custom Game Boys, and if you guys follow me, you guys will see that I've always post whatever he posts, because again, it's all nostalgic. It's always great to see something that you haven't seen in a while. So here is what we have. This one was really dope, not only because of the Game Boy itself, but it has Star Wars playing and Star Wars in the background. So are those comics that you have as well, or?
Those are vintage comics that I do have from the early 80s. I love Star Wars, huge fan.
Yeah, I remember.
As you can tell, I have a t-shirt on. And yeah, I mean, the game is horrible for the system, honestly. The game sucks. But I still love Star Wars.
Awesome. And then we'll continue here. This is the green one that you were mentioning to us.
Yes, it is sold, but yes, I customized that for someone specifically to her liking.
So when you do these Game Boys, do you just go with people their request, or do you have like some piled up and like, all right, cool, like I have these, I'll post them up. If you want to buy it from there, you can buy it from there, or?
So I do both.
Okay.
I do both. I do enjoy creating my own, but if someone wants whatever they want, which is cool, as long as it sells. Like I said, I'm doing this more because I enjoy doing it. I'm not making a killing out of it. I do have a career somewhere else. This is something that I just enjoy doing on the side, and as long as people buy them, I will continue doing it. I don't need tens of them to sell a month.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a handful a month is fine with me. I enjoy doing it more than anything else.
That's dope. Yeah, I promise you, I'm going to see a post of someone that wanted like a Puerto Rican Game Boy just because you live in New York, and everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, let me get
You
this
want a
Puerto
Puerto
Rican,
Rican flag on the
yeah, like
Game Boy on
let
the
me get a
Game Boy shop?
Boricua Game Boy."
That's fine. That's fine with me. I could probably make it happen.
Yeah, yeah, red and blue buttons.
I could make it happen.
And this one was dope. I really not only just because again, what I tell a lot of people is like, it's not what you do, is how you post it. And my first video, I did the candles, the ladies with the candles,
Right?
the candela, and they had all this beautiful background. And like this one, you have the two games in the back. You have Pikachu and Bulbasaur looking at the game system with Pikachu right in the middle, and it looks amazing.
Yeah. I made two of those Pokemon Game Boys, and they weren't requests, but I built them on my own, and they sold pretty much the same week. This one actually sold the day after I posted it. Like I said, a lot of people are going after the Pokemon games, but they're forgetting that there are so many other great games on this system. You have Metroid, you have the Mario games,
Yeah,
Zelda. Zelda had a great game, two great games on the Game Boy Color, which was Oracle Seasons.
yeah, that's true. Um, so by saying that as well, do you also just sell games?
I sell games as well, yes.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So like if
So I
someone,
bundled them up pretty much. So this one I sold with the Pokemon Yellow.
gotcha. So like if someone was like, yo, like I have an old game. Oh, so another question. So let's say if I have my own Game Boy and it was broken, but I still keep it because it's mine. Is that something someone can ship to you and then you can revamp?
Yes, it's been done already.
Oh, wow.
So you have one laying around, you could send it, and obviously it won't be the same price as you purchase a whole Game Boy altogether because you already provided the Game Boy.
And that's with all three, with Game Boy Color. I mean,
All of them, yeah, pretty much. As long as you provide the Game Boy, obviously it'll be a lot cheaper
huh.
because it saves me the trouble of going to find a Game Boy. Because these Game Boys are not as easy as you think to find.
I can imagine, like, when you brought this up, I was like, how in the world are these Game Boys coming from? I couldn't find a Switch.
It's just I gotta find it for the right price. If people are asking $80 to $100 for them, that ain't impossible because the price for the LCD screen, the touch sensor, and the board that I do install inside the system, which was not installed in the first place, it all adds up to a lot of money.
Exactly. And that's why when I say this size don't matter with these young entrepreneurs like yourself, the young businesses that are out there, it takes a lot of work. So when prices are being given, a lot of people, yeah, that's too much. If you're buying a Nintendo Switch from Nintendo, of course they're gonna price it at a cheaper price than someone who just rebuild one and put hard work into it. So that's why
Yeah, I'm enhancing them. I'm not just selling the same things that they provide. I'm enhancing them. And I do put a lot of work because I gotta go find a Game Boy for a fair price.
yeah, and
because it doesn't make sense for me to buy the Game Boy Color used for $80. So I gotta find it for the fair price, bring it home, take it apart, and that's fun time for me actually. But yeah, that's what I gotta do.
And then
That's the one I sold to you.
I know. I was about to say, look at this, and it came with Harry Potter. Harry Potter is not that great of a game. Just letting everyone know.
But
It's
it was provided.
It was.
And it did go with the theme pretty well.
Yes, and what's the crazy part? It's not your typical gaming, but if you are a Harry Potter fan, which I'm not a huge fan, but I became a person who enjoys Harry Potter. I've actually gone to the Harry Potter world in Florida. Now it's a weird flex, but okay. It was actually pretty interesting to see an actual Harry Potter game because the only Harry Potter game that I knew was the Lego one. And I mean, that was a great game as well. But, going into this one that was provided somewhere over there, but it was just interesting. And just the color and the graphics of it, it was just, for that time period, was pretty dope.
Yeah, so Harry Potter came out, I believe, with a couple games for Game Boy Color.
It probably matched the books. And look at this. It's just so like just that, and that's was one thing about the Switch that was very difficult for me. The new Pokemon, it wasn't. They were moving. The Pokemons were moving. Like
The
stop moving.
animation was different.
I was like, I don't want to see my Pokemon actually die. My man's getting,
You want to see that?
yeah, my man's getting stomped out, and I'm here watching it like it's nothing.
Hey, that's what you play these old, retro games for. These retro games are awesome.
Dude, and this, yeah, the Pokemon. I've played a couple. I've played hours, and especially on vacation, it's just so easy to hold, and it's just so simple, so simple. See, you got different colors. You got red. What game is this?
That's Contra.
They have Contra for
It's
game?
called Super C.
Hmm,
It's a great game. Great shooter.
interesting. And then here we have the Game Boy Advance,
Yep, with Star Wars.
and that's the great thing with the SP had the same thing. You could play the old games on them too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people want the Game Boy Colors more than they want Advance and SPs. I think they just like the look of it, the way it's shaped, easy to fit in the pocket.
Yeah, man, it's I can hold it my whole hand and it's easy. And then we got this one, the purple one with
As
the
a purple one, I sold to a buyer named Sam. Nice dude. He bought two of them actually, two
Wow.
different Game Boy Colors.
And what's crazy about this is the Pokemon cards in the back.
Yeah, yeah. That's my personal collection right there.
I remember it's crazy. And then this one was just over the top. When I saw this, I was like, "Well, hold up." This
I actually sold that one to a friend in Morocco.
wait, talking about a friend in Morocco?
Yes, I have a friend in Morocco, and
Weird.
he actually purchased that one.
I was talking about the card, but
Yeah, he purchased that Game Boy. No, that card, yeah, that's the ultimate card for any Pokemon collector.
oh yeah, if you knew Pokemon, you know that the holographic Charizard, the first
It's the Holy Grail.
it's the Bible. It's literally if you have one of those, if anyone who has watching this has Pokemon cards, if you have one of those, you're paying for your kid's tuition.
Now, if you have a Charizard, you see on the side, on the right-hand side of the Charizard
Uh-huh.
card right there with the graphic, it has like a shadow.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
You see the brim on the side, it has a shadow.
Yeah.
Now, they have older Pokemons where it's shadowless,
Uh-huh.
and those are worth a lot more than this one.
Oh jeez.
So a shadowless first edition Charizard will go in the tens of thousands
That's wild.
easily.
That's just crazy, man. That's a
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, exactly.
You're literally with a Pokemon card buying a used 94 Toyota.
More than that, bro. More than that.
That's crazy. And yeah, man, this is NYC Custom Game Boys on Instagram.
Yep. Go ahead and follow me, please.
Yes.
And message me your requests of colors you want, or you could just purchase one that is already made.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. And it was just great, seeing it, just the nostalgic of it, and the people. My best friend Justin, he saw it, he got one.
Yeah, he got one. And again, he just wanted to play his Pokemon game again. A lot of people are buying them just to play the Pokemon games again, which is fine. But like I said, there are so many other games that you can play for this.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's just absolutely. I would have never thought in 2020 that purchasing a Game Boy would be on my list.
Yeah, no, a lot of people didn't have that on the list, but they are buying it. I mean, retro's been in for quite a while now, so.
And that's the also crazy part. Again, it's just Well, I don't know about, this situation, but what has happened in this world at this time has brought out so much into people. Like myself, yeah, I do crazy things, I do funny videos, but it was never a thought to me to be like, whoa, why can I not do this on social media, And then like for
Right.
you, it's like, you got this Game Boy, you saw it, and you were just like, huh, I could do this. I know
It
this
just
stuff.
clicked. I mean, I knew it would be something that I would enjoy,
Yeah.
and I just went for it, man. I just went for it, and I enjoyed it so much that it's just, you know what, I'm gonna just start doing it as a side gig, create
Yeah.
an Instagram, promote it, and just hope for the best. And hope that some people will find some interest in it, and people have, and I have sold quite a few, and they're all positive reviews,
Yeah. I mean,
and I couldn't be happier.
yeah. And I think, again, I think the best part of it is I can literally just plug in two AA batteries, take it on the go. I was literally playing, I was laying in bed playing with it. I had my Switch, and the funny part, I had my Switch with me too, but I was like, nah. I want to.
I'm actually playing this more than the Switch myself. I mean, I'm just getting lost in this Zelda game. This one's called Oracle Ages. So you got both Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons,
Mhm.
and they both intertwine. So basically, if I was to beat this game, it will give me a passcode in the end, and I will add it to the next Zelda game, and it will continue on.
What?
This is one of the first games to do that.
What the hell?
It's Ages and Seasons, and they came out the same time. It's like when Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue came out,
Uh-huh.
but it was basically the same game. These are two different games, and when you beat either one of the games, you get a passcode in order to turn over to the next game to continue your story.
Man,
And that's Zelda. This Zelda game is awesome. A lot of people don't know about it, or
yeah,
but they
man.
should. It's an amazing game. Resident Evil came out with a game for Game Boy Color.
Dude, that's so many.
Um, a lot of people don't know about. Metal Gear Solid came out with a game for Game
What?
Boy Color that people don't know about.
And you still be able to hide in boxes?
I don't know if that's included. I've never played the game because it is very expensive. The game.
And I think that's also a thing because it's just like when I played Crash, it was one of those games I just never beat ever. And it's just I just beat Crash like for the first time like a month ago.
Well, that's an accomplishment. That game is pretty hard.
Yes, and I thought I was the only one. I literally thought that I don't know what I was thinking when I was a kid. I maybe because I didn't get to touch the controller. Maybe that's the reason. But playing it now, I was just like, "Yo, what the? How did we play? How was this played?"
Yeah, that game is ridiculous hard. I mean, I did play it again recently, and I gave up. I was like, it's too hard. I don't want to come home to work from work to play a level for 3 hours. I get frustrated. It, it's just too hard.
Yeah,
That and Cuphead.
nah, screw that game. I hate that game with a passion. I hate that game with a. There's nothing in this world. I try to play on Twitch and I try so hard, but I just cannot.
It's
And
so like I can't imagine anyone beating that game and saying, "Hey, that was easy."
I don't know how it's fun. I don't get it. I mean, it's fun, and but after you die for the third time, it's just like I give up, and I regret buying this. I don't, but I just like
Well, it's notorious for being one of the hardest games out there.
and a lot of people like that. It's like Dark Souls. People, it's a hard ass game, but people love it because it's so difficult.
Yeah, that is a very hard game. And there was a YouTuber who pretty much beat everything, picked up every item in that game. I'm like, I don't know how much time you have, but that's insane. And he did it in every mode possible.
Nah.
Easy, medium, hard. And there's a harder version. that you unlock when you beat the game in hard. Like that's insane.
There's no that
It's
is
hard for me to beat a game and go back to it and beat it again.
that
Like the only games, honestly, like it is Pokemon. I could beat Pokemon. I probably beat Pokemon Red 3 or 4 times already.
and you know what's the funny part of it? When I was growing up, and now when I'm playing it now, I see it very differently. From growing up, when I played it, I didn't know it had a story. I mean, I knew you had to get the the gym badges and stuff like that.
They had a story, yes.
I didn't know there was a story, and then I started playing it. And I was like, "Yo, why my mom keep taking my money? Like, why I gotta send back money to my mom's? It's like I'm out here hustling, and I gotta send her money. This makes no sense."
But pretty much, when you go into any of these new cities in these Pokemon games, that you have to uncover like some type of mystery,
Yep.
which is pretty dope. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I didn't know it until like I started like actual I really suck at games where I actually have to read stuff.
Yeah, you gotta go talk to pretty much everyone to solve a mystery, which I get intrigued by, so I'm okay doing it.
Yeah, like you introduced a golf story to me. I still haven't beaten it. It's taking me some time.
Which game?
Is it golf story? Golf story?
Oh, Golf Story. Yes, a Golf Story. Yes,
Yes,
that's my favorite indie game on the Nintendo Switch.
it's actually really good. If people who are watching this, if you want a game that that's not that's not like out there in the news, like Call of Duty, Mario, whatever. Golf story.
Yes,
Golf story is actually a pretty funny game.
Golf Story is hilarious and it's a good RPG.
Yeah, it changes. It definitely switches the golf story of things.
And if you want a good RPG for Game Boy Color, you should go with, besides Pokemon, obviously,
Uh-huh.
Mario Tennis.
Hmm.
It is a very underrated RPG game.
Huh.
Yes, try it out. It's fun. The mechanics are fun. The leveling, is easy concept,
Uh-huh.
easy learning curve.
Hmm.
It's just a fun game. And it's very underrated RPG, which is Mario Tennis for Game Boy Color.
Huh. So with these Game Boys that you've created, what do you believe was the most difficult thing of doing? Was it like building it, the selling part, the mailing part, the
I think getting the material.
mm,
These materials are not easy to get. They could take weeks to arrive,
damn.
which is sometimes, I'm pretty much like in a drought waiting for items or parts to come because with one part missing, it's like impossible to create it. So I need all the parts in order to build them. And, they come from overseas and they just take a long time to arrive or, the pricing ain't right. Sometimes you go to a different, seller.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just getting the parts is probably the hardest part and getting the Game Boy Color used for the right price. I have to negotiate a lot of times in order to get it for the right price.
Interesting.
I pretty much buy them off, auctions, eBay, Macari, other sources, and a lot of times they give you these options to contact the sellers, which I do in order to negotiate the prices, which is another tough part. Because if I'm buying the Game Boy Color for more than $50, it's just not worth it at that point.
Because then you have to find the parts and you have to do actually the work.
Yeah, at that point, then we're talking about selling the Game Boy Color around $200, which is not right. Which is what the game store is doing, but I think it's just overboard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sell a Game Boy Color for $20. Just it's $100 less than a Switch. I think 150 is reasonable.
Yeah. No, especially with the work you have to do for it. But
yeah, it's just like I said, I'm not asking for much. I'm not making a killing. I'm pretty much asking for a few bucks per handheld, and like I said, I enjoy doing it more than anything other.
That's what's up. And then, so when you started this, was there Was there some like things that you uncovered that you're like, oh, okay, like something new that you learned from doing these things?
Yeah, pretty much the motherboard of the Game Boy Color. You
Mm,
know, pretty much the test points for the power,
mm.
for the volume, for the buttons. So what I do is a lot of times I take my meter out and just use test points in order to make sure it's working correctly. So I pretty much needed like a blueprint of the motherboard for this Game Boy Color, for the Game Boy Color.
Mm.
And that's just something I learned, just the motherboard itself. And, I don't need the blueprint anymore. I just go by off my head because I memorized the motherboard and the test points.
Yeah, no, all those words you said to me were a different language, so I'm just not in my head, like,
Well,
oh,
pretty much just the way the system works. I learned a lot of the way it works. Like if you tell me something ain't working right, I could pretty much open it and just, go around the general. Yeah, I already know the general area where to check in order to like fix the problem that you're having, which would be the volume's not working, the button's not working, or the screen is not, working properly.
hmm.
I
Would
just know where to look immediately as soon as I open up the system.
so let's say if Nintendo right now was like you know my Earth system, you know how to fix them, and you really smart
Yes.
with this. And Nintendo was like, come to Japan and work for Nintendo. Is that what you'd be like? Hell, mother, yeah.
But first, I'll ask them what kind of perks are they giving me, and how much are they paying me? If they pay me a good salary and great perks, then yeah, I'm out of here.
Like, and then
Yeah, like peace. I'll be back to visit here and there, but my life is in Japan from now on.
it's a wrap. Screw
It's
what I do.
over. Later.
I fix systems. I fix systems.
But yeah, but I do want to, grow and evolve into fixing other systems, in general.
That'd be
And
dope.
just doing that as a side gig. It's not like I want to open up a store. It's just something that I want to do at my house, spare time after work, weekends.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I just enjoy talking about video games.
Yeah, no, it definitely again we could go hours for video games. It's
So
just
when I do some of these Game Boys, I ask the people, what games do you want? You want any recommendations? What kind of genre are you into? RPG, action, sports? Not that there are many sports games, but I would say Mario Tennis is probably the best one. Just give me what kind of genre you want, and I could probably choose out the best game from that genre for you.
it's pretty awesome. So in all this process that you've done, is there any tips or guidance that you can give someone who either wants to go into gaming or pretty much just do what they something they want to love?
Yeah, don't be afraid to fuck shit up. Don't be afraid to break it. Open that shit up and get in there. Don't be afraid.
I mean, yeah, you can take that anywhere. You can take that with the things I do. Don't be afraid and just do whatever.
Yeah, just don't be afraid. Like I remember when I first opened it up, I'm like, I don't want to touch this resistor, or I don't want to touch this. I don't want to bend that wire. Like, you know what? I gotta do it just to get to this area. Just do it. I mean, if you want to get into it, just don't be afraid to, to break it.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's true. That's
Because
definitely.
there are a lot of components that you could bend, and it was just destroy everything, or certain wires that you could cut by mistake, and it's just
It's a wrap.
dead after that. Yeah, don't be afraid. Just do it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a couple Game Boys that I'm still repairing because of the damages that I caused to them. But I will fix them.
Well, again, like you could always say, like, yeah, you could break something, but it's always fixable.
It's always fixable. I'm gonna fix them. If I gotta order more parts, I order more parts. I got all the equipment I got all the tools that I need to fix them, and I'll get it done.
So pretty much, if you had a Game Boy just bare naked and they give you all this, they give you everything separate, is this something you could be able to put all together?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, nah, what? I barely can build a bed frame
With instructions.
with instructions.
No, I mean honestly, a lot of people think it's very difficult, but I don't see it as difficult
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, again, it always goes to the thing of like it's something you enjoy. You know, if you really enjoy something, you're gonna do your research if needed, or you're gonna do what you need to do it.
Yeah, so I guess that's what drives me, and I guess that's why I'm pretty good at it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. By any chance, do you have any last words that you would like to say for anyone who's gonna watch it? My fans, your fans, our fan groups.
Yeah, just I don't know, follow me on Instagram. Don't be afraid to message me, and just keep gaming.
That's what I'm talking about. But yes, that goes another episode of size. I was about to say kicking with Nick, but size don't matter. Again, this is where I go in and talk to young entrepreneurs and young business owners that do their own things, and this COVID and this pandemic has brought a lot of talented people and shining lights on them. NYC Customs is definitely one of them. And I really appreciate for taking your time, being here with me. Hopefully I'll be able to post this soon. But yeah, again, like we said, we saw his Instagram. You could definitely check him out there. Please DM him. He is a very genuine guy. He won't curse you out, I promise. And yeah, man, it's been great. I really appreciate it. And again, hopefully I can get more things from you, and hopefully we can expand this as well.
Thanks for having me, Nick. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Until next time. Peace.
All right.